6 trumpets have been blown. Revelation 8. When he opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. And I saw the 7 angels who stand before God, and to them was given 7 trumpets. Then another angel, having a golden censer, came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saints ascended before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw it to the earth. And there were noises, thunderings, lightnings, and an earthquake. So the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The first angel sounded. And hail and fire followed, mingled with blood, and they were thrown to the earth. In World War I, bombs were thrown from planes. And a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. In World War I, a scorched earth policy was used by both the Germans and the Russians. Then the second angel sounded. And something like a great mountain burning with fire was thrown into the sea, and a third of the sea became blood. This clearly refers to the first atomic bomb dropped on Japan at Hiroshima, as big as a mountain and burning with fire. And a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Irvin Baxter teaches that in World War II, 1/3 of the ships were sunk. I have researched this and found this to be correct. And most of the passengers and crews of these ships perished, confirming. And a third of the living creatures in the sea died. Then the third angel sounded. And a great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch. One of the investigations into Chernobyl is called the Torch Report. And it fell on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. Chernobyl is Russian for wormwood. A third of the waters became wormwood. And many men died from the water because it was made bitter. As you can see, about 1/3 of the area was affected by the radiation fallout from Chernobyl. The Chernobyl disaster was the worst nuclear power plant accident in history. It is predicted that the final death toll from radiation exposure will be about 4,000 people. Then the 4th angel sounded. And a third of the sun was struck, and a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them were darkened. A third of the day did not shine, and likewise the night. Clearly this means that there is a 1/3 reduction of light during the day and during the night. On June 15, 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupted, causing a measured reduction of brightness of the sun, moon, and the stars. NASA recorded a global dimming of 0.3, which equates to 1/3 of the brightness being lost with the sun, moon, and the stars. The atmosphere had an optical depth of 0.3, which equates to a third of the light not reaching